So big.
Morning, this is call number 2021-73051. In the interest of Marley Alexandria George, please raise your right hand to be sworn, ma'am. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, ma'am. All right, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
My name is Chelsea Natoya Howard. I'm her mother.
All right, representing the state of Texas Attorney General's office.
Vida Sharma, Your Honor.
Court will note that the non-custodial parent is Matthew Alexander George. Mr. George was personally served on October 6, 2022 at 1:43 p.m. and he has not filed an answer or made an appearance. Is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
We'll proceed by default.
Yes, Judge. I would like to call the mother, Miss Chelsea Howard.
All right.
Miss Howard, how old is Marlia George?
2.
And who is her father?
Matthew George.
Did Mr. George sign the birth certificate?
Yes.
And are you asking the court to name him as the biological father of Marley today?
Yes.
Are you also asking the court to appoint both you and Mr. George as joint conservators?
Yes.
And who does Marley live with?
Me.
And how is Marley covered under health insurance?
Medicaid.
And do you agree to maintain that health insurance for the child?
Yes.
Okay. And when was the last time Mr. George saw Marley?
She was 2 months.
So it's been about a year and a little over almost 2 years that he's seen her.
Mm-hmm.
And how often do you want him to see the child now?
That's why don't you lead her, Ms. Sherman?
Okay. Miss Howard, are you asking the court to do modified visits from 1 to 5 p.m. for 12 periods with you supervising those visits?
Yes.
After those periods of supervision are complete, are you asking the court to allow unsupervised visits for 12 periods from 1 to 5 p.m. the first, third, and fifth Saturday?
Yes.
And after those periods are complete, are you agreeing or asking the court to increase the time from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. for 12 periods on the first, third, and fifth Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
And then after those periods are complete, are you asking the court to allow overnight visits beginning the first, third, and fifth Saturday, ending on Sundays at 6 p.m.?
Mm-hmm.
Yes or no? Okay. And after those periods are all successfully completed with visits, are you asking the court to allow the standard possession order?
Yes.
And you understand the standard possession order is every other weekend with pickup and drop off at your home. Is that right?
Yes.
And do you know where Mr. George is currently working?
No.
But he has other children that he provides support to. Is that correct?
Yes.
And are those 3 other children that you know of?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes or a no, ma'am?
Yes.
Thank you. And are you asking the court to order Mr. George to reimburse the cash medical support at $25 a month beginning February 1?
Yes.
And Miss Howard, you also agree to pay half of any uncovered health cost, right?
Yes.
And are you asking the court to set current child support beginning February 1 at $166 a month?
Yes.
And you're saying that Mr. George has never provided support to you for the support of Marley, is that right?
That's right.
And are you
Is
asking?
that amount based on minimum wage?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Well, we want to ask her about that.
Yes. And Ms. Howard, have you ever known Mr. George to work since you've known him?
Yeah. He'll be on and off. He don't stay at jobs.
Okay. And do you have any idea of how much money he's made in the past?
I'd say minimum $16 an hour.
Okay, but we can't confirm that for sure. And you're asking the court to set the back child support at minimum wage.
Yes.
And is that judgment amount $4,648 from October 18th of 2020 until today?
Mm-hmm.
And are you asking the court to set a payout $74 a month, also to begin on February 1?
Yes.
And are you asking the court to bill court costs to Mr. George?
Yes.
And Ms. Howard, do you have any other child support cases in which your address is to remain confidential?
Yes.
And are you asking the court to keep your address confidential in this order because you don't want your information public for fear of harm, abuse, or harassment?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Howard. Judge, I pass this witness.
All right, the court will approve the order submitted.